All right guys, we're doing it. First plant tour of 2021. Hi, hello. If you're new to my channel, my name is Fern and I make videos all about houseplants with a little bit of lifestyle content sprinkled in there as well. Today I'm going to be showing you all of the plants that I have in my home, and spoiler alert, there's many, so this is probably going to be a long video. If you like this type of content, then I invite you to please subscribe for more and also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, because it really helps me out. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's start the tour. Okay, so this is what the plant room looks like when you're just entering from the doorway. We do have a lovely south-facing window right here, so that brings in a lot of light, a lot of sunlight. It's awesome, and I also have multiple grow lights on the shelving. Let's just start here by the door. My plants are definitely not like the most organized that they've ever been. You know, it's not the most aesthetic, but let's just take a look at what we've got. Okay, so on the top of this shelf over here on this side is mostly philodendron. I have a lemon lime upright, a beautiful painted lady, which this is one of my favorite philodendron ever. I am so in love with it. And then behind that, there is my philodendron squamiferum or squamiferum with its little hairy petioles. So cute. That guy's living in Lekka, and this is a new leaf that he just pushed out as well. And then up at the front here, I have my philodendron Florida Beauty, my pride and joy. This is the newest leaf that she put out. She likes to give a lot of these like half moony kind of leaves. Well, I mean, she's only given me 2 leaves since I got her as a cutting, but yeah, I love her so much and I can't wait until she grows more. And then behind her is my pink princess philodendron, who I had a lot of beef with for a very long time, but it started giving me some more pink. I can't wait to see that leaf unfurl. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I should turn this down a little and you'll be able to see better, but yes, that one has quite a lot of pink on it, so I can't wait to see that. Fingers crossed. And then up at the front here, I have a syngonium. I'm turning the light back on, this isn't working. Up at the front here, I have a Syngonium erythrophyllum. This I revived from being a wet stick. It's given me these 2 leaves and it has a 3rd one on the way. So really happy about that, living in sphagnum moss. And then beside that, I have one of my pawn experiments, and it is my Alocasia black velvet, which I grew back from a bulb after completely rotting it. And it actually has been rooting up in the pond, which is really, really exciting. So I can't wait to share more about that once I gain a little bit more experience. So far, so good though. And then here in these containers, I have some cactus that I grew from seed. It's really hard to see into this one because there's so much condensation, but it's really cool actually to see them. I opened this up not too long ago and a bunch of fungus gnats flew out, so I'm just gonna leave that closed for now. But as you can see, I planted that on February 28th. Same with this one. I decided to take the lid off of this one just to see what type of a difference it would make. Yeah, I can probably actually water this soon. It's quite dry, but these ones have always been a little bit smaller, so I'm not really sure what type of a difference having the lid on or off is making, but these ones are bigger in there. And then beside that, I have a couple of my little prop boxes, wet stick boxes actually. This one just has a variety of different wet sticks and some random cuttings in there as well, those Dischidia. There's some Philodendron Brazil, Cebu Blue, Scindapsus wet sticks. And then beside that, there is my Emedrium medium wet sticks that have actually rooted and are slowly putting off leaves for me. And these are actually on a heat mat. There's a heat mat underneath that tray right there. So allegedly that helps them root faster. I mean, I'm sure it does, but I don't think it's necessary by any means. And then down here, I only have a few. I have my Rhaphidophora decursiva. This plant, honestly, like, I don't know. It just doesn't really do much for me. It put off a huge runner, which is chopped up, and some of it is in the prop box there. But yeah, it's never really done much for me. It just kind of chills. I don't know if these are just really slow growers or what, but yeah, it's just chilling there. And then beside that is my beautiful, what is this called again? Burrow Marks, Philodendron Burrow Marks. This actually used to be the variegated version, as you can see. It's hanging on to these leaves, but it's given me completely green leaves, and I'm totally fine with it. This was a cutting that was gifted to me, so I didn't pay money for it or anything, but I love this plant. I think it's so underrated. I've just been obsessing over it lately. Look at those glossy, dark green leaves. Oh, I love it so much, and it's growing so fast. It's already got a whole bunch of new leaves on the way as well. And like I said, this was just grown from a cutting. Behind here, I have my Anthurium vitirifolium, which I rotted and then put in perlite and saved it. I have a whole video talking about that if you're interested, but it's doing really well in the perlite. And yeah, hopefully I can pot it. I'll probably put it in pond maybe. But yeah, so far so good. And then in here, there is some Paulownia cuttings. These have been in here for honestly so long. I need to pot them up soon. But yeah, they're doing fine. They're just chilling in there. I open it up every once in a while, but honestly not very often. And then down here on the ground is my boyfriend's Ficus Audrey that I was trying to revive, but honestly, it hasn't done anything for me. I keep waiting for it to put out a leaf, but nothing so far. So just gonna move that over. And then right here is my mini greenhouse. This is just like the kind of cheap plastic ones. I just got it at Canadian Tire if you're in Canada, but I'll unzip it and we can take a quick peek. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna go through every single plant in here because this is all just cuttings from other plants that I'm gonna show you. But I have some Hoya in here, Scindapsus, Adansonii, Philodendron Brazil, Philodendron White Stripe, or sorry, Silver Stripe. Some Cebu Blue, Variegated Maranta, some Hoya Polyneura, and pretty much the same down here. There's a Neon Pothos at the back and some Marble Queen down at the bottom there. I put a lot of my cuttings for sale and trades in here just because they grow quite quickly. I'm probably gonna leave it open just so that can air out for a little while. But yeah, it has a light at the top there and then a light right there. It doesn't have a fan, so I do just open it and leave it open for periods of time. And then moving along towards the window, on the little table here, I have my Philodendron Billietier, which looks pretty funky. You guys have seen this plant before. It gave me this tiny little leaf after I potted it up, and now it's giving me this beautiful leaf, so I am just very, very excited to see that come out. But it's doing really well. I know a lot of you were worried that I potted it too deep in the pot, but yeah, he's doing great, so no worries there. And then next to that is my perlite prop box, which is going really well. I recently posted a video all about this, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but just a variety of different cuttings in there. Pretty much the same things that are in the greenhouse, honestly. And then along the window here is my bear pot succulent, which is one of my favorites. As you guys know, love this plant so, so much. It's just adorable. And then I actually have the variegated version beside it as well in this cute little pig, what's it called? Tray, terracotta tray. So cute, love both of those. And then I have one of my Philodendron Silver Stripes here. I actually I don't know, I just get really confused with these different like Philodendron Brazil varieties. Like, I don't know, it definitely looks different than my Brazil, but I'm just not like 100% confident in what this is. It was sold as a silver stripe, and I think that's what it is, but Sometimes I second guess it. I don't know. It was under my Mars Hydro. That's why it has some pink, but I just moved it to be near the window here. They need a lot of light to keep their variegation. Right here I have a, oh gosh, I think it's a type of Senecio. Is that right? I think so. This is also known as a candlestick plant. Not really sure what it's doing, dropped all of its leaves, but does have some on the end. I've been told these are picky, so we'll see how it goes. My friend gave me this, and I don't know, hers looks great, so yeah, maybe he just needs some time to establish himself. And then I have my beautiful Ficus elastica Teneki. I really love this plant. I love Ficus elastica in general, but the Teneki is just so pretty. So is the ruby. I would love to have a ruby. This guy is so thirsty though, very thirsty. Demands a lot of light as well. That's why he's right in the window here. This leaf like permanently droops. I must have let it get way too thirsty once and then it just never perked back up again. So yeah, I just put that facing the window. And then next to that, I have my Pearls and Jade Pothos. This is my favorite leaf right here. It's more of like an elongated one. I find that these leaves just tend to be like very small and more rounded, but it gave me this leaf and I love it. I was actually gonna get rid of this plant until it gave me this leaf. And then I like this one so much, I decided to keep it. Definitely neglect that one a little bit though. And then hanging up here in the macrame, it's kind of hard to see because of how backlit it is, but it is my lovely rickrack cactus. Such a cool and unique plant. It's kind of funny because of the way it's in the macrame next to the window. It's kind of like shooting out this way, but yeah, very cool plant. Also known as like the zigzag cactus, I think. But yeah, very easy, chill, and it just looks really unique. We're gonna go across the closet here, and I have another macrame hanging with one of my Cebu Blue, which is one of my all-time favorite plants. I love these guys so much. Usually I am really drawn to plants with this silvery blue foliage, so yeah, really beautiful. That's why I have so many of these in my home, but yeah, just chilling there in the macrame, looking really cute. They're so easy as well. And then down on the floor, I do have quite a few plants. There is my Calathea medallion. This plant actually has spider mites right now. I've treated all of these plants on the floor for spider mites, so I'm not gonna touch this one, but it's really kind of sad because this plant was completely taken out by spider mites about a year ago, and it recovered, grew back from almost nothing. And now I've discovered spider mites on it again. So hopefully I've caught them early enough this time to save it from like severe damage like that. I think I have, but yeah, definitely prone to spider mites. So I really need to be treating more prophylactically, doing a neem oil spray or something like that. But yeah, beautiful plant. Next to that, another one of my favorites. This is my Philodendron Silver Sword. Another one of those silvery blue toned plants, and just look at how beautiful those shiny leaves are. Oh, I love this guy so much. Grew this from a couple of small cuttings from my friend Courtney as well. If you have been watching my channel for a while, then you know that I have a friend called Courtney who kindly sent me a whole bunch of beautiful cuttings last September that I've been growing out. So yeah, that was one of the cuttings from Courtney, and that is the plant that got me hooked on Philodendron Silver Sword. I'm obsessed now. I have another one there, but we'll get to that. Next is this beautiful Ficus elastica burgundy, I believe, just like the green version. Very pretty. Like I said, I love Ficus elastica and I love those shiny, glossy, dark leaves. I've had this plant for quite some time as well. They can be marketed as low light plants, so when I didn't know any better, I had it in a dark corner and it did nothing for about a year, and then once I discovered that it loved light, it has been growing, so definitely happier now. Okay, let's hop up here to this shelf. This is mostly my Hoya shelf here, and then I have more like begonias on the bottom, so let's start at the top. So hanging here, I have my Hoya Croniana Silver. I just recently potted this up, so I don't think there's any new growth or anything right now, but I can't wait to see this one take off. And then I have a Hoya linearis, a Hoya shepherdii. This one actually has a whole bunch of peduncles right now, so we'll see if any of them actually bloom. That would be so cool. Hoya caudata sumatra at the back there. Some string of heart propagations that keep just drying up, and yeah, basically I struggle with keeping up with moss, so yeah, those definitely need to be watered, but you know, they're kind of hanging on there. So I think I really just prefer rooting string of hearts in water, but it's fun to try different methods. And then here is my Hoya bordenii, one of my favorites. It just has such cool, unique leaves, and these two are new, so yeah, so cute. And then I have, oh gosh, what are you? Hoya elmeri. This is actually giving me a couple of new leaves right now as well. So cool, beautiful sun stressing on that guy. Next to that, variegated string of hearts, and also a burrow's tail propagation, which is really taking off now. Like, it's actually growing into little baby burrow's tail now, and they're just so cute. Right here I have a Hoya Chelsea. This was just a cutting, and it's giving out some new growth right there, and also on the other side right there as well, so that's awesome to see. In the back, this is another pon experiment. This is a Hoya bertonii that completely died back, and I just thought I would throw it in pon just to see what happens, you know? Maybe it'll be revived. We shall see. I don't throw plants away until I'm like 100% sure that they're dead now, because I've had so many instances where they do grow back when I thought that they were gone, so we'll see. Right there is my Hoya, oh gosh, what are you? Verticulata variegata or something like that, I believe. This is Hoya finlaysonii, beautiful. And then my Hoya linearis, this is the biggest one I have. I just made a whole video about caring for these guys as well. Definitely one of my favorite Hoya. Oh, I also have this piece of wood back here because I really want to grow probably that silver sword up it, like up along the plank. Like Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics grows a lot of her plants, but that guy is just not ready to, he's not big enough to attach on yet. He just needs to put out a couple more leaves and then I can probably do it, but he couldn't reach yet when I tried, so we'll see. Stay tuned for that. I'm also thinking of doing it with Melanochrysum. I don't know, there's so many, or Cebu Blue would be so cool. I don't know, I need like a whole bunch of planks because I can't decide. Okay, on to the second level here. So I have a bunch of begonia down here. I have two Brazilian ladies, and this is why you should not put your begonia in terracotta. Look at this one. It is all beat up because it keeps getting too dry. And then this is the same plant, but in plastic. The leaves are just so beautiful on that one. So I really need to get that into plastic. It's just not working for it. Right here is begonia medora. Begonia Linda Dawn, a weird looking one because it's getting too much light. This is begonia Benigo Pink. I do have a Calathea orbifolia back there looking a little rough. I'm trying to convert it to leca. It's given me a couple new leaves, but it's also losing some, so not really sure what's gonna happen with that guy, but we shall see. Right here is Philodendron McDowell, which is a Pastazanum and Gloriosum hybrid. He's pretty floppy. I'm a little concerned about him, but the roots look good, so I don't know. He's just chilling there. Way in the back is Hoya Bella, one of my Hoya Bella. Yeah, they grow so fast. It's like getting crunched back there, but doing well. And then I have Philodendron micans cuttings rooting there, as well as Philodendron verrucosum, both in perlite. Oh, and then down in the very bottom, this is a plant that I need to investigate because it hasn't been doing well, but that is my Philodendron Florida Ghost. Okay, and then on the moss pole right at the front here is my beautiful philodendron silver sword, one of my favorite plants that I own. Actually got spider mites as well, so it's in recovery, but yeah, hopefully it'll be fine. That's a new leaf that it just put out not long ago, but these ones are kind of getting this look like they're gonna go. So we'll see what happens with this plant, but yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. And then in the back is my giant Adansonii on a moss pole, kind of shoved into the corner, but doing really well. It's definitely at the top of the moss now, which is so cool. Love that plant. And then right there is Philodendron Brazil. This is one that I potted in with a moss pole. It hasn't grown yet to attach, but the pole is there ready for when I can attach it. I'm waiting. Next to that is my beautiful Philodendron Melanochrysum, growing up the pole there. He actually outgrew the pole and I had to take a cutting, so that cutting is right here. Kind of putting out a new weird leaf there, but yeah, I love this plant so much. And then up on this table here, I have a Monstera albo, which was not doing anything for me for quite some time. And then it put out this leaf recently. And now, oh my gosh, I keep peeking at this leaf. I can't help myself. I'm like coming into this room so many times a day to look at it because this is the best variegation that this plant has given me yet. Like if you look at the other leaves, which are kind of like this one is so pretty. Look at that beautiful marble variegation. Oh, I cannot wait to see that hardened off. But yes, my Monstera albo. I really want to chop this. Like maybe I should air layer here. It has this big, huge aerial root. I don't really know, but this leaf is gonna go. It's like on its last legs, so, or I could even, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should chop this just to keep this nice section or what? Because it's just gonna be on like this big empty stick, especially once this leaf goes. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad that it's growing. And then behind that, I have a couple of Polynera. That is my, I guess my mother Polynera, which I recently cut up. You can see there is some cute little new growth coming in on that Polynera. And then I did pot one of the cuttings in pond to experiment. I just did it a few days ago, so you can't see any roots yet or anything, but I'm hopeful. And then I have a random Marble Queen cutting that I potted up, just hanging out there. And then my Anthurium Frigettii. This is probably my favorite. Well, I love the Vitirifolium as well, but I was gonna say this is my favorite Anthurium, but I do really love the Vitirifolium as well. I love both of them, but yeah, I'm definitely really happy that I have this one. And beside that is just an Adansonii cutting that I was experimenting with in Leca, and it's doing it really well, loves it. And then my Anthurium clarinervium, which I completely rotted as well. I don't know what's with me in rotting Anthurium, but I had to chop off its entire root system and reroot it in perlite, which luckily was really successful, and it's put out a little baby leaf right now. Oh, it's so cute. And then next to that is my Calathea warshawixii, or something like that. Or the velvet, the jungle velvet Calathea, which I am wanting to transfer to pond. It's just hanging out in water right now. It was looking a little bit rough, lost a leaf. These two original leaves are looking a little beat up. This is one that it put out in my care, but yeah, I'm hoping it'll do well in pond. So that's the plan for that guy. Next to that is my ZZ Raven, which I am obsessed with. Look at how shiny. This is a new stock. Look at that. That is so nice. So, so nice. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so I think all that's left is my wall. So I do have some propagation stations hanging, as you can see. They're from Modern Botanical. I'll link them below if you're interested. And then I also have my Tradescantia, oh gosh, I forget what this one is called. It's just the green and white variegated one. This is my favorite Tradescantia. I love it so much. I think it's so pretty, and it's also so easygoing. It doesn't get all crispy and gross like the Nanook. And as for cuttings, I just have Hartley Philodendron, Brazil, Marble Queen, That's a monstera in the middle there. This is another heartleaf philodendron, a scindapsus, maranta lemon lime, string of hearts that's looking a little rough, and that's it. And that's my logo hanging there. It's like a stained glass art piece that my boyfriend had made for me. Isn't it so cute? I've had a lot of comments on it, but yeah, that's what that is. It was custom made, so I can't like link it or anything, but I love it so much. Okay, hello. I guess I'm just gonna go around my house like counterclockwise, I guess. So the next room is the bathroom. I only have a few plants in here, so this will be a quick one. But the first one is down here, and it is a Dieffenbachia. This is, oh gosh, which one is this again? Dieffenbachia, is it camouflage? I feel like it's Dieffenbachia camouflage. This is my favorite leaf. I love when the leaves look like this, but so many of them come out just looking like this. Like, I want more of the dark spots. I don't know how to get them, but to be honest, I kind of neglect this, so I can't really complain with what it's looking like. But yes, and this is a small frosted east-facing window right there. And then the only other two plants I have in here are a Philodendron Brazil, which I neglected so much, I just decided to pop it up there. And then another plant that I neglect, which is a Tradescantia. I'm not even sure what type of Tradescantia that is, but yeah, it's kind of cute. And that's it. That's all the plants that I have in here. Okay, we are moving along to our bedroom. Look at the dogs are sleeping. So cute. Okay, so the only plants in here are just these few around my little desk work area here. Oh gosh, it's so backlit and hard to see. I'm sorry, let me turn the light on. It's a little better. So this is an east-facing window here, and I have my heartleaf philodendron. Oh gosh, it's so hard to see. Do that, maybe, there we go. Okay, so this is my heartleaf philodendron here. I honestly neglect it so much, but my roommate's is so nice. Like, it's so nice that it's made me realize the potential, and I'm definitely gonna be giving her some TLC soon because I want her to be as lush as Hillary's. And then below that, I have a spider plant, which I also neglect, and then a Hoya carrii, albomarginata, which I have been having a tough time with for a long time, a couple of years, but it's finally like doing okay. So yeah, it's put out that vine there, and I have some leaves coming in. ZZ Raven propagation here, an air plant. This is a Philodendron tordum. This is my new wishlist plant that was gifted to me as an early birthday present. Love it so much. I have a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma and leca right there. And then I have my giant fern hanging out. Gets crispy and makes a mess, as you can see, but that's okay, really pretty. And then the last one that I have on my desk is this Tenanthe, oh gosh, Labursiana, I think. And this is another one of my pawn experiments, and it's going really well. Look at that root there. So excited to see that. And if you saw in one of my plant hauls, this plant's leaves were really curled and now they're flattening out. It looks really great, and it's actually giving me a new one as well, so doing awesome. Okay, we are now in our living room. This is a north-facing window. I don't have too many plants in here either, besides the IKEA greenhouse cabinet there, but I will go over them all with you. So the first one is just over here, and this is a dragon tree, or Dracaena, is it marginata? I don't remember, but it's the dragon tree, Dracaena. And then down here I have another Dracaena. I believe this is Dracaena lemon lime. I've had this plant for many years and I really enjoy it. Definitely neglected a little though, very low maintenance. Above that is a golden pothos. I don't have a big golden pothos, but I love them. I think that their variegation is so pretty, so I'm growing this out. This was actually a gift from one of my friends, cuttings from his plant, so yeah, it's doing well. And then the IKEA greenhouse cabinet is here. Should we go over this quickly? Okay, so at the top there is some Hoya, variegated Hindu rope, Hoya quinquenervia, Hoya, oh gosh, Walliniana UT152. I love this one, so pretty. Look at that. And then I have a Monstera Dubia right there. I recently took some cuttings from it. It's looking a little rough. Begonia, I think Begonia Medora, but I'm not sure. Philodendron Sportuanum. Recently repotted that in a video. Scindapsus, oh gosh, Scindapsus Silver Splash. Philodendron Verrucosum. Pulled the whole root system off of this guy, so it's rerooting in perlite. Alocasia Dragonscale. New leaf right there, looks incredible. Syngonium albo. Cebu Blue. That one's growing on a pole there. Another Philodendron Sportuanum. A Philodendron Gloriosum right here. Beautiful. And hopping down to the lower shelf, I have a Hoya Engleriana right there. My Alocasia Frydek right there. It's looking a little rough. I think it's too close to the light. I should probably move it lower. Hoya Sigillatus, Hoya Fungii, Monstera Thai Constellation right there, living in Lekka. This is my Hoya Matilde that I recently put on that snake trellis there. Hoya obovata is back there, kind of crammed in the back right now. Another Philodendron Gloriosum. A Calathea White Star. This is one of my favorites. I love this plant so much, but its leaves keep going like this. Like, what are those markings coming from? Who can tell me? Like, the leaves will look so pretty like this, and then they get those markings. There's only two that are nice right now. Look at how nice that is. I wish they were all like that. Philodendron Burromarx Fantasy. Philodendron El Choco Red, which recently choked its new leaf out and completely broke it off, so it's kind of disappointing. And that's it. That is it for the cabinet right now. Everything loves the cabinet, and I love the cabinet too, so. All right, moving to the window here. This is a Sansevieria Moonshine, Neon Pothos, classic. This is my whalefin Sansevieria with a baby or something going on down there. This is a, I don't even know what type of Sansevieria this is. Something just green. This is my variegated umbrella plant here. I really like this one a lot. And it's recently put out some cute little new growth down there. Look at that. Beside that is my Begonia Linda Dawn. I love its dark foliage. And then there is a Sansevieria Starfish, which is huge. And a Scindapsus Pictus Exotica. Kind of a slow grower, but she's cute. And then next to the window is my ZZ plant, just the regular green one. I love this so much. It's so beautiful and lush. I've had it for quite some time now, several years, and yeah, ZZ plants are just amazing. I love them so much. Look, there's even a new stalk coming in right there. It's put in several new stalks this year. Love that. And then across from the window on our coffee table is my Pilea, which is just chillin'. This Pilea is so funky. It's like totally grown sideways, but I like it. Oh yeah, and then there's also over here, kind of not getting a lot of light, is this Jade. Just chillin', very low maintenance plant. And then hanging on the wall is a little spider plant, looking cute. And I believe that's it for the living room, so I will walk into our dining room. This is a west-facing window here, so it does get some sun in the later part of the afternoon. Let's start on this side. So right here is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, one of them, the one that I have in soil, and I have staked it up here, and I love the way it's growing up that post. And then I have my Peace Lily Domino, which you guys already know that I love, and she's blooming. I can actually see a new bloom coming in there. How cool. Yeah, love that plant. And then another one that I love is my beautiful variegated Maranta hanging out under here. Just an incredible plant. Look at that leaf back there with that variegation. Oh my gosh. She's so underrated, you guys. You already know. And then above all of those is one of my Monstera deliciosa. Yes, she is getting quite large, quite out of control. Actually, not as out of control as she used to be. I did a video on Patreon where I tamed her and did this like double staking situation that you can see there. So she looks better, but yeah, definitely a huge plant. And then down here is my Begonia maculata. Recently put it up on this stake and I love the way it looks. Such a beautiful plant. I always get a ton of comments on her. I don't do anything special for her. Yeah, I don't know. She likes me for some reason. I don't really know. I try not to let her dry out for too long and that's pretty much it. And the humidity in this house is pretty good. I don't have a humidifier going or anything, but you can see it's 60%, so it's not bad. And then if you go across the wall here, you will see there's Greta being the queen. She is the queen of the castle here. Yes, so I hung up some of her vines along the walls, and then she also has some vines going down over the plant shelf. And then right there is our bird of paradise, who is getting massive and putting out a new leaf, as you can see here. It's huge, 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 huge. Can't wait to see it open up, but I don't know what we're gonna do once it outgrows the ceiling. And then on this plant shelf here, there actually isn't too much going on, but I'll quickly go through it. Hoya curtisii, actually a really cool Hoya. It's grown so well for me. And then my philodendron micans. Oh, this is so thirsty. Yeah, it's just tiny. And I have some cuttings that I'm going to create a fuller pot with, but yeah, definitely need to water that after I'm done filming. This is a pot of Silver Glory string of hearts, variegated string of pearls, and some string of needles right there as well. Some string of hearts propagating there. My Hoya rotundiflora there, really unique with its its rectangular shaped leaves. And then there is my Hoya wietii, which I love, and I can't wait for this plant to bloom one day, one year, who knows when it'll be, but Hoya wietii blooms are actually really cool, so I can't wait for that. That's just a pot of string of hearts, and then a pot of variegated string of hearts. Down here, this is the mother plant for my philodendron silver stripe, so I can give you an example of one of her leaves again down here. I don't know, what do you guys think? Silver stripe? Let me know. There's some random begonia cuttings propagating there. My Maranta lemon lime is chilling there. My sparse string of hearts is living here. This, I've basically just been taking cuttings from it because it's just, yeah, it's pretty hideous. This is my beautiful Scindapsus pictus argyrius. It's so long, it's like touching the floor, and it's way up at the top there next to Greta. I let it get a little too dry last time though, so it has some yellow leaves, but that's okay. And then in this bin, let's take a look, is my begonia. Oh shoot, I missed one in the bedroom. I'll go back and show you. But this is my, let me grab it out of here. It's just in the bin for extra humidity. But this is my Begonia Jula. Look at that. Just a little tiny baby. It was absolutely nothing, and then it completely died, and then it grew back from absolutely nothing. So I'm really proud of it. So cool. I know nothing about caring for these terrarium type begonias, so it's just in the bin. I want to get a little cloche for it. Which reminds me, I have another begonia in a cloche in the bedroom that I forgot to mention, so I'll have to go back there, but I'm gonna finish up here first. So here at the table is my false Aurelia, which I need to pot up. I haven't really done much with it since I picked it up from the plant shop, but it's a really cool, unique plant. I really do dig it. I just need to find a cool pot to put it in. And then next to that on the table is my Monstera standeliana, the Albo variegated version. Picked this up not too long ago, still quite new to me, has not put a leaf out in my care yet, but I'm very excited about it. And then next to that is my Tenanthe, oh gosh, what is it called? Amagri? I don't know. No idea how to say that, but my Tenanthe. And then along the window here, these guys are soaking up the sun. I have this big guy right here is my Euphorbia amic variegata, one of my favorite plants. I love it. Another one of my favorite plants is my Hoya carnosa compacta, which actually has a couple of peduncles right now, which I'm really crossing my fingers for, because it did have one that tried to bloom and then it was like got caught in one of the folds and it just like completely fell off. So really hoping that I get bloom sometime. Then next to that is my, oh gosh, what are you? My variegated opuntia and my booby cactus. I recently repotted these in one of my plant tour videos and they're doing really well. And then another one of my favorites, I have a lot of favorites over on this window. This is my burro's tail succulent. It's definitely, I was gonna say my favorite succulent, but I also love bear paw, so gosh, how can I choose? But I love this trailing guy, he's so cool. Just a beautiful plant. And then next to that is the first Hoya that I ever got, which is this Hoya pubicalyx. It has some leaves that are like really sun damaged, but it's super resilient. It's just been growing and growing for the past couple of years. And guess what, you guys? It has given me a peduncle, which looks like it is going to bloom. Let's take a look. It's on this vine. Look at that. Oh, I think it is gonna bloom. I'll definitely be posting about that on Instagram, so stay tuned. I've been checking it like every day and I keep poking myself on my euphorbia here, but I just wanna make sure, oh, that nothing happens to this. Oh my gosh. Help. I just wanna prop it gently. I'm just like babying that peduncle so much. Okay, and then next to that is my Euphorbia White Ghost. I recently got this as well, like within the past couple of months. Hasn't really done much, but it's chilling, so it's great. And then right there is my, actually this is Shane's cast iron plant. This is the Milky Way version with the speckles. And then the last plant in the dining room is none other than my beautiful mature Monstera deliciosa, living its best life right there, has a grow light above it. That's why these leaves are growing like straight up. And this is its newest one, just starting to unfurl. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Oh, I cannot wait to see that. This plant just brings me so much joy. Look at all these fenestrations. Like, look at that. It's incredible. So yeah, love her. Oh shoot, I forgot a couple. I have another air plant hanging in there, and then also our staghorn fern, which is mounted and hanging right up there. Doing really well. Very cool plant. And then we're gonna pop back to the bedroom for a second. Okay, so this is what I forgot to talk about in here. This is my begonia, Darth Vaderiana, which was doing really well. And then it basically, I don't know if these leaves are just like, the leaves are just like crisping off. And I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't really have experience in caring for these terrarium begonias. I got this cloche, so I popped this guy inside of it. It does have new growth coming. So I'm not like super worried, but also a lot of the leaves are just like crisping off. So if anyone has any suggestions of what I should do with my terrarium begonias, let me know, because I really love them. It's so hard to find information about them. So I just kind of have been doing what I think is best for them, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below. Okay, we are on to the second last room. Thank you for sticking with me. I know that this is gonna be such a long video. So I'm gonna start over here. This is a south-facing window. However, there is like an overhanging part of the roof outside, so we don't get like a ton of direct sunlight from this window, but it's still very bright. So my plants over here love it. Right here is my Hoya carnosa, just the regular green version. It is so big and beautiful. I found that on Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, it was such a great find. I love that guy. Next to that is my Hoya macrophylla, which has been doing really well, has a couple of new leaves currently coming in. Gosh, the lighting is gonna be really hard. Look at that leaf that just came in, it's giant. Yeah, this leaf is facing the other way, but it's just giant. Just giant. He's on a little trellis there. Love him. And then I have some monstera cuttings just hanging out here. My beautiful Hoya Crimson Queen, one of my favorites in my collection. This is just such an incredible plant. Mine is so full. It puts out these beautiful white leaves, and yeah, I'm just obsessed. I cannot wait until she blooms one day. And then down in there is my Ripsalis paradoxa. Hasn't done much yet, just got it as a cutting, but it hasn't rotted, so far so good. And then beside that, I have a, oh gosh, what is this called again? Oh, it's totally slipping my mind. What is that? Oh, it's such a common, like, succulent, but I totally can't think of what that's called right now. It'll come to me eventually. Next to that is this bromeliad type of guy and a cryptanthus right there. That is another jade. This is, I believe, a mountain aloe. That is a Stapelia grandiflora. And another moon cactus. I believe that's an agave. I can like hardly reach out to these ones. So I hope you could see them okay. And then right there is a paulownia, and then a variegated jade way in the corner. And then on the table, there is my spiral cactus, one of my favorites, as well as my Thanksgiving cactus, and a Philodendron Brazil. And then of course, in the corner is our fiddle leaf fig. His name is Frank. He's quite large and in charge. Likes to drop leaves, but hasn't done it in a while. He's actually put out some new growth, so I can't be too mad at him. And then along this little west-facing window, there is my Hoya Bella, which grows like a weed and blooms so much. I think she has 4 like actively blooming, not actively blooming. Okay, so I was here at Hoya Bella and I had some technical difficulties with my memory card. Long story short, it is the next day. So if the light, oh my gosh, and do you know what? This was meant to be, because look at that. That bloom just opened up today. This is the first time I've noticed it. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, I was gonna say, so if the lighting is different, that's why. But yes, this is my beautiful Hoya Bella, and I was talking about how she has a whole bunch of peduncles that were going to bloom, and this one has bloomed, so that is really special. Look at that. Beautiful. So she has, yeah, she has several. There's one in the back there as well. Beautiful plant, very easy Hoya. I recommend this one for Hoya beginners because it's honestly the same as most tropical plants. It can tolerate a lot more water actually. They're quite thirsty and they grow really fast and they bloom really easily, so it's a really great one. And then next to that, I have another beautiful bloomer, but I don't have any blooms to show you, just a dead one in the back there. But this is my Calumnia gloriosa, or dancing dolphin vine, and it's just a beautiful kind of fuzzy trailing plant like this, and it gives beautiful dolphin-shaped blooms. It's a really incredible plant. I really love it. If you follow me on Instagram, or I think I've shown on YouTube as well before what the blooms look like, but they're very cool. Really like that one. Another one of these, why can I not remember what this is called? It's the next day and I still can't remember what this is called, you guys. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Gosh, well, hopefully I'll have it on the screen because I have no idea. And then this right here is one of my Euphorbia trigona. This is a smaller one. Let's so hard to see with the lighting. This is what it looks like. Very cute. It had leaves going all up it, and then it dropped them all when I moved. So it's just regrowing some little leaves at the top there. It looks like little hair. He's so cute. And then right here we have my pitcher plant, which is doing pretty well. It just gave me this pitcher right here. Oh gosh, if it'll focus. It just gave me this pitcher right here, which is the biggest one that I've ever had on this plant. So that's really exciting. It has 4 pitcher, or I think there might be one in the back. Well, it has 4 pitchers that I can see, but this one is crisping off. I read somewhere that the pitchers have a lifespan of about 9 months. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I get less freaked out about them crisping off now. But yeah, doing really well. New growth coming in. Really happy in this west-facing window. Okay, and then for the last room, which is our laundry room, this is a south-facing window, and there's nothing, no overhang covering it, so it gets full sun. It gets cooking hot in here, so it's perfect for my cactus and euphorbia. Maybe I'll start at the door here. So this is my San Pedro cactus, which I hauled not, oh gosh, there's still scale on him. I hauled this guy probably almost a couple of months now. I got him from Valley Succulents. Love him so much. He's actually grown a ton since I got him. Not in the best spot. Usually this basket isn't here, so usually he gets a little bit more light, but he is growing a lot, and I plan on keeping him outside for a lot of the summer, so I'm sure that he'll just take off. I still have to pot him up. He's still in his nursery pot, and he does have some scale on him. Nothing too like serious, but I did remove some of it. I just have to do it probably a couple more times, but yeah, really cool cactus. He's gonna look really good once I have him potted in terracotta. And then next in the corner is the star of the show, in this room at least, and that is our giant Euphorbia trigona. This thing is probably like 4 feet tall. It's huge. It's so happy. Look at its leaves. It's just so cute. Yeah, this plant is incredible. I've had it for quite a while now. Before I really knew much about plants, I actually thought it was a cactus when I first got it, so I wasn't watering it in the winter, and it lost all of its leaves. You can see like the lower half is all bald because of my neglect. And then I learned that it is a succulent and you have to water them more than cactus, so he's been doing great since I figured that out. But yeah, very impressive plant. Really, really love that one. Definitely one of my favorites. And then over here right in the window is a variety of cactus and a euphorbia that I got when I was at Valley Succulent. So I'm just going to put the names on the screen because I'm not going to remember what all of these are just from looking at them. And I probably don't even know how to pronounce some of them. So we have this prickly guy right here. I guess I can pick them up. Yeah, that's better. Very cool. These have all grown also since I got them. And I do need to pot them still as well. I'm really like neglectful of potting, I've realized. Like I'll get a plant and I'll keep it in its nursery pot for months, like several months before I even pot it up. So, but he's doing fine. And this is the Euphorbia. Gosh, I can't remember what this one is called either, but I think it's also known as the toothpick, or no, corn on a cob. The corn or toothpick, I think maybe both names, but yeah, he's basically this euphorbia that looks like a white corn on the cob with toothpicks coming out of him, and he's very cool. I love like weird boys like this. And then I have this one. Technical name is something, but I know this is also known as the golden torch cactus. This is one of my favorites. It's just so pretty. I love like the golden spines, and it just looks really cool. Really like that one. And then this is a random cactus of Shane's. This is I'm not sure if this is a euphorbia or a cactus, crested euphorbia maybe. I'm really not sure what this is, but chilling there. Oh my goodness, we have a bloomer. How cute. So we have this little fuzzy cactus. This one has hooks in it though, like it will hook you if you touch it. But it is flowering, so that's really cute. I did not notice that until now. And then we have my fuzzy boy. This is my prickly pear snow, or Opuntia snow, and as you can see, he's just very hairy, very fluffy. I love him so much. He actually grows really fast. He was quite small when I first got him, and yeah, he's just doing really great. I find that he does need a little bit more water than my other cactus. And then you guys, look at this one. This is the one that I hauled in that cactus haul that I did, and it looked really weird. Like, yes, very strange, and it looks just as strange now, but look how much this top part has grown. So somebody actually suggested that this cactus was in poor conditions and then moved to good conditions, and that's why it like looks like that. And I think that they're right, because ever since it's been getting a lot of light, it's just been growing like thick like this. So I don't know what it is, but he's weird, he's chilling. And then last but not least is this little cactus right here. I picked this one up because it looked kind of spirally. I don't think it's a spiral cactus, but I don't know, it was only a few dollars, so I just picked it up because why not? And he just lives in this little cutie terracotta pot. Okay, you guys, that is it. Oh my goodness, I really hope that I did not miss or forget to mention any of my plants. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I know it was a really long video. Like I said, if you're new here, please subscribe for more Planty content. And if you're watching this video and any like video request ideas popped into your head, please leave them down below in a comment, because I would love to make the types of videos that you want to see. And also just leave a comment to chat with me, because I'd love to chat with you. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!